Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today I would like to present you about my proposal seminar. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Putu Cantika Dewi, with student's ID 191-202-121035. The topic for my proposal is the implementation of ICT in English language learning, with the title Improving Students' Vocabulary Mastery Using Duolingo Towards 7th Grade Students in SMP Negeri 2 Singaraja. There are three contents of these presentations, consist of research backgrounds, literature review, and the research design. The core problem of my research is obtained from the expert study. As Cesarini et al. 2021 stated, learning English vocabulary is a complicated task for many non-native speakers of English. In addition, the learners must have sufficient vocabulary in order to have capable English language skills, which requires a basic skills such as mastering of vocabulary, which becomes the first step into mastering language skills. Meanwhile, without learning vocabulary, the learners is hard to mastering the language. In teaching vocabulary, there must be an innovative way in order to make students does not feel bored and unmotivated. Some students are lack of confidence and pretend to be passive while attend English classes because of lacking in vocabulary, which can affect their progress in learning English, Christine 2017 one. For prevent that, there is a need to change in the teaching strategy from the old ones to the new ones, with a little tweak from previous strategy to the interactive strategy. As the research, the learning activity should include a creative and effective pedagogical strategy in order to teach and learn English to enhance their vocabulary mastery. However, learning English seems difficult if students do not have a sufficient vocabulary mastery. Teachers will play a significant part in teaching vocabulary, whilst they are the key to the successful learning. Based on the preliminary observations in SMP Negeri 2 Singaraja, teachers doesn't have sufficient variety of strategy and learning tools to enhance the vocabulary learning. The solutions that the researcher can give is utilizing interactive media to increase the vocabulary mastery, especially for 7th grade students. One of the tools that can be used in enriching vocabulary is Duolingo. Duolingo is a language learning application that based on gamification method, and it is great for beginner to intermediate language learners to enhance their language skills. For the problem identification of this study is there is deficiency of interactive and fun classroom activities that students need, and the lack of confidence that students have in vocabulary mastery, which cause the anxiety and the lack of basic knowledge in vocabulary skills mastery. For the research limitation of this study, is Duolingo application will be used in teaching vocabulary by SMP Negeri 2 Singaraja teachers. It is also conducted to analyze the improvement in English vocabulary of SMP Negeri 2 Singaraja students. The result of this proposed research is limited only in Duolingo usage in testing the vocabulary improvement. To obtain the descriptive data for the research, the researchers have obtained two research questions, which are: first, is Duolingo effective in improving vocabulary through SMP Negeri 2 Singaraja students? And the second, what are the challenges that students of SMP Negeri 2 Singaraja facing in using Duolingo? The research objectives for this study is proposed in testing of vocabulary improvement using Duolingo at 7th grade of SMP Negeri 2 Singaraja. There are two research significance for this study. First is theoretical significance and the practical significance. The theoretical significance of this research will be useful for another researchers in the same field of the study. This research also useful for English teachers in providing theoretical knowledge of developing learning activity to improve vocabulary skills through junior high school students. The practical significance will be useful for 3 people. First, it will impact EFL students in improving English vocabulary mastery by using Duolingo as the implementation of ICT in learning language inside and outside classroom. The second, it will impact EFL teachers in improving teaching quality by providing tools that can be used in the classroom activity. And the third, it will provide more data for future researchers when it comes to the depth research of the effectiveness in Duolingo as language learning tools. The theoretical review will be focused on vocabulary, Duolingo, ICT, call, and more. Vocabulary refers to the words we use to successfully communicate in both speaking, expressive vocabulary, and listening, receptive vocabulary. Duolingo is founded by Louis von Ahn and Severin Hacker and launched in 2012 as a language learning program, and it became the most popular language learning smartphone app on the market. Users who have the Duolingo program on their mobile phone or PC and laptop can practice it at any time and from any location. ICT, stands for Information and Communication Technologies, are described as a diverse range of technical tools and resources used to communicate, as well as produce, transmit, store, and manage information. Kasemi and Hasemi, 2011. The terms of Computer-Assisted Language Learning, or CALL, was created in the end of quarter in 20th century. The term call stands for dependence of computer as a delivery medium of applications, Al-Qadi 2018. MOL, or M-Learning, stands as Mobile Assisted Language Learning. Is the mobile technology facility that gives the medium or the device which is portable to carry so that the teachers and students can utilize these mobile tools anywhere and anytime. Naryanti et al. In 2020. For the empirical reviews, the researchers will use 6 to 7 journals based on 2016 and 2021. The first study conducted by Ahmed, 2016. And the second is Hidayati and Diana, 2019. The third is Pangko Adisoko, 2020. The fourth is Aulia et al. 2020. The fifth is Putri and Islamiati 2018. And the last is Mundai 2016. The research design will be used mixed method design and the quasi-experimental method. Mixed method with an explanatory design is carried out to find the result of the study. According to the Creswell 2014, mixed method is a method which combines both qualitative and quantitative research. Qualitative research will be used to collect open-ended response, meanwhile quantitative research will be used to collect closed-ended response. Creswell believes the mixed method will provide stronger understanding and more comprehensive data collection through both quantitative and qualitative data collection. This research was conducted by utilizing a quasi-experimental method, which is observe the effect of variable towards the other variable. This method is used whether there is any causal relationship between the treatment and after the outcomes. The subject and the objects of this research is the 7th grade students at SMP Negeri 2 Singaraja, and the objects is the effect of using Duolingo on English lessons. And for the data collection method, will be used test and interview guide. Tests are used to measure the students' vocabulary skills after the treatment within a month. The interview is a data collection method which is generally in the form of conversation between two people. This kind of research instrument is often used to explore deeper information from the subjects of the study. Interviews instruments can be developed through a number of stages, namely drafting the interview, piloting the questions, selecting the interviewees, conducting the interview, and analyzing the interview data. Wilkinson and Birmingham 2003. Pre-test and the post-test design was occurred on both of control and experimental groups. Pretest is employed to make the comparability of both before and after the treatment, whilst the post-test is conducted to assign the effect after the treatment on the result. The data will analyze using dependent sample t-test or paired sample t-test. It is function as the tester of the differences between the means from two paired groups in before and after the observation at the same subject. That's all about my presentation. Thank you for watching.